Ready? Namaskaram.
Namaskar.
To start off with, whatever I'm going to talk to you right now, it is of immense value, and these are my personal learnings. And there might be a lot of things have been changed at the current time of time, so you can always research on this. Okay, these are my personal opinion. What I'm trying to tell you right now is based on two things. One is values. Second one is successful habits of the leaders. Okay. So to start off with, I just want to come with one small incident which actually is like a small story. Okay. It happened like this long before in a village. There was a father and a son. Okay. Father and son was actually walking through the village. They wanted to go from one village to the next village. So father, son, and they had one donkey. So all three started walking. As they walked a little far, the son was feeling very tired. So father, understanding the small child, maybe having difficulty walking, he asked the son to sit on the donkey. So the son sat on the donkey and they started the journey. As they walked a little far, there were people passing by. So somebody passed a comment. See this person? He's so rude, and he's making the son sit on the donkey. And this father, the old man, he's walking. The son does not have that common sense that he needs to take care of the elders. They started passing comments. So listening to those comments, the son said, it looks like what they're saying is correct. Now if I sit and you're walking, people will feel bad that I'm being very rude, son. So why don't you sit? I will walk. The father said, no, I understand, it is very difficult for you to walk on the spot, sir. We'll do one thing, you both will sit on the donkey. So both sat on the donkey and they moved on. Again they moved on a little while, again somebody was passing by and they commented. They said, see these two people, they are so heartless people. Poor animal, cannot even talk. Both of them are sitting like, Indians on that donkey and putting all their weights. This is really inhuman. They should not do this. Right? It's an animal. You have to at least see how you can care for it. So they started talking. So again, hearing these people talking different things, both father and son got down from the donkey. Said, oh my goodness, now what to do? We have a donkey, but people are talking negative. And by that time, they have already crossed half the village. The donkey was very tired. It refused to move forward. So they started pushing the donkey, pulling the donkey, but the donkey cannot move. The reason is it's already tired because it was lifting both of these people. Now other people were commenting also. Now they cannot, they have this guilt that probably they have not treated it well. So they decided to take a stick, tie both its leg, and both of them carried the donkey. So the son carried the front side, father behind. They tied the donkeys by the leg. You can imagine, right? So they carried the donkey. They were walking. Again, people started laughing. But then they couldn't do much because the donkey was already sick. They had to pass through a bridge. When they passed through the bridge, suddenly the donkey saw the river flowing below and it got very scared. It started shouting, crying, and put a lot of force by itself. While it was passing the bridge, it fell down. So the donkey fell down the river. Now what happened? Since both its leg was being tied with that thing, the donkey couldn't swim also. So they drowned and died. Father and son lost their donkey also due to listening to a lot of people with their own opinions. They did not take their own decision. Okay. So this story gives us a brief idea that there is in life, everybody has opinions. People will give you suggestions. People will give you, their opinions for free, which has nothing to do. But a person who's taking the opinion, it is his responsibility to implement what is correct to that particular situation. If you start taking everybody's opinions, a leader cannot take the right decision in life. That is one of the stories which I want to tell. Okay. So consider taking decisions on other people's opinion is not very practical every time. Okay. So that's one thing. But however, it is not that do not take other people's opinion. Okay. When I tell you do not take other people's opinion, don't misunderstand. There's one more story which is about very important on decision making. Okay. So when I say about yesterday's decision habit, right? Yesterday I touched about the topic like think and what you think is what you get. Okay. So decision making also very much connected to what you think. Okay. So I'll tell you the second story, which is going to be for us to practice. Okay. The second story which is happening here is there was a person who actually wanted to do some business. Okay. So he actually went a lot of places, and he happened to go to Karnataka. Okay. Karnataka, there's a place called as KGF. Okay. This KGF is a place where there is gold ore. Gold. To dig the long before, they used to actually take a lot of gold ores. Okay. So very long before he had been to KGF. While he was going there, suddenly what he noticed is in a particular land he actually could find gold. Okay. So ask him, what did he find? Gold ore. Okay. Yeah? Correct. That is the word. Okay. So forget it. Just make it. Just get to the point. Basically, he went to a place. Don't get into that particular place name right now. Just make it very simple. He went to one place. When he went to a place, he found that in a particular place there was possibility of getting gold ore. Okay, the substract of golds, right? So what he did is he found that place and he thought, okay, he's found a fortune. So immediately he covered it with mud. He met the landlord, purchased that particular land. Okay. Now he didn't want to tell anybody else, because if he tells somebody else will come and take it off. So he covered it with mud. He went back home, spoke to some of his friends, and they actually borrowed money, took credit from here and there. They wanted to take machines. Once he has those machines, only then they can actually dig out the gold ores, right? So he brought his friends, he brought the machines, and he got to the place and they started drilling the ground. Initially, they got one load of gold ore, which they sent to the manufacturers to actually do the processing. Now, once one load went, this guy was very happy. Okay, now I'm going to get rich. I just need another 2-3 loads to come out, and he can clear off all the loans, and he's on the way to become a rich person. But what happened, unfortunately, is as they were digging further down and down, the gold ore completely stopped. There was no any sign of those gold there. Okay. There's only mud. They all lost their complete hope. They became very desperate. So on that situation, when they understood that there's no gold there, they tried digging more and more. They completely lost hope. So they decided, okay, fine, now we are in trouble. We don't have any gold coming from here. We have dug so much. Maybe only the top layer it was there. So they decided to sell that machines and all the things to somebody else, like a local person there. And they said, okay, lost his ours, and then left the place. Now the person who brought that machinery from there, he actually was a smart person. What he did is he actually consulted the experts, engineers, who actually know about the gold mines. He brought those experts. They came and they analyzed that area. Why they did not get any gold ore from there. So when they analyzed, they found out that there is something called as deadlines, fake. Certain areas there will not be there any gold. Okay, it's fault areas. But after that area, if you dig more further, 3 feet more, there is gold there. So once they analyzed, they again started the work. So this was started by another person who brought those machines. 3 feet they digged. That is exactly the place where they stopped. Just 3 feet they have done the digging further, and they got a lot of gold. This person who just brought those machines became millionaire. Just for the very simple fact, he took the right opinion of the right people. He brought the engineers who are experts on that field and took the right suggestion. So there's 2 things which we learned here. When you take suggestion from the right person and do the right thing, you get succeed. When you take suggestion from every Tom, Dick and Harry, somebody is telling you this who has nothing to do with that particular subject, there's a lot of failures. So take your decision from always the subject experts of that particular field. That's the lesson what we learned over here. Okay? Good. So we will get to the next topic here. Now, any business, right? We all need sales, right? Without sales, all business would just collapse. Why? Because blood is the money of all the business. Okay. Now sales have a lot of sales techniques. Okay. So I put in few sales tips here. Okay. 6 tips on sales. Now why do you need sales? Can you tell me why we need sales?
To
Business will only work if there is sales. Business is give and take, right? Sales is the same thing, right? Any business is alive because you are serving another person, and sales is the main area. If there is nobody to sell, nobody to buy, then what business is that? Right? So in sales, there are 6 tips which every company needs to keep in mind. Okay. The very first one is ask who is the customer that you are targeting. Whenever we have a particular product with us, the very first thing is we need to understand the right customer. No matter how much I spend my time, if the customer does not have money and I keep talking about diamonds to them, it's not going to sell. He will never buy. So always target the right customers, then things will happen. So market research is very important in sales. Second one is appeal to your customer's need. First, understand the needs of the customer. Once you have segmented your customer, understand the needs of the customer. Your product should be of value. You don't sell your product, you sell the value of that product to the customer. For example, if I'm going to sell them something, I will tell them the value. Okay, I have a pen. This pen lasts so long, it's easy to use, the nib is really good, it's cost effective. The values I will tell them. Never sell, okay, this is a hero pen, just take it. You always tell them what is the value behind it. Okay, so know the value of your product which would meet the needs of the customer. Third one is be trustworthy. Now this word here, trustworthy. Trustworthy is very important. In all business, trust is very important. Once you lose this trust, right, most of the business just collapse. Okay, so it is very important you have trustworthy people in your team. The same thing goes with having a relationship with your customer. Fourth one is offer demonstrations. Whenever you have a product, you should have a PPT or you should have a proper presentation in hand so that you can showcase the positive things of your product. Okay. Next one is listen to your customer. This is very important. Rather than just pushing our product to the customer, first listen to the customer. What is their motto? Understand your customers and then tell your products. Then the final thing is ask questions. Lot of salesmen, they will talk a lot about their products, but they will not sell a lot. You can sell a lot only if you ask the right questions to the right customers. Okay? So these are the 6 tips for the day. Okay? We will make a note on all these things. Now coming to the next topic is successful business leaders. Right? So everybody knows about Sri Ratan Tata. Right? He's the role model of the most honored person. Okay, he has actually got 2 awards, Padma Vibhushan and Padma Bhushan. So he is actually well known throughout the world, and he is a top business leader. Okay, fortunately, I actually started my working with this person's company, the Taj Groups. Okay, so I just want to share my experience. So what happened is, I was probably those days. Okay, I was hardly out of, I was 18, the youngest person in the interview. The starting line on that interview was 18 plus. You can actually get into the Taj Groups. So I was 18, just ready. So I actually I had no plans to go to the interview. My father actually saw this particular ad saying, okay, this is something about Ratan Tata's company, Tata Groups, it's going to be good for you. So in that ad, we saw everything, date was fine, everything was fine. So I and my father, we actually went. Once we reached the particular interview office, we got to know that one word we missed there. It was like dressing code formals. Now the word formals is what? Like, I'm wearing formals now. Proper shirt, pant, this is formals. But those days, when I was on those modes of 18-year-old boy, I was with my t-shirts, jeans and all this. When we went, everybody is in formals. Okay. But my father was in formals. He always wears formals like this. So we both actually, we are quite very close. So my dad said, it looks like it is formals. So probably we just need to change our dress. We went to the close restroom. He wore my shirt, pant and all. I wore this pant and this shirt and pant. Then I got into the interview. So, this word formals actually was left. But our adaptability was very quick. Okay, I was like, I was a little bit bit nice, but it suited me because we both are almost the same height and all. So I took his formals and walked in. I had my training manager. Everybody even today respects her a lot. Called as Chitra, Taj Groups. So she took the training. She looked at me and she approved my interview, and I was selected. So on that team we had a lot of team persons. A lot of people still in Taj Groups. My friends like James and few other people. So we all enjoyed working in Taj Groups support. So that was my starting point. But what I want to tell you is, this organization, Ratan Tata, he actually picks the right person in the interview, not after selection. He says in his group there is only trustworthy people, and this trustworthy people is not actually trained. It has been selected from the day one. So even if you're getting selected in the Tata groups, the very first interview will be given to you only if you are trustworthy. The example of trustworthiness, how it happened is, that instructor, Chitra, okay, she was very particular of people, the way how they dress, how you look, how you talk, and she can take very firm decisions. If you're not appropriate, you'll be sent back. So that was something, discipline is very much in touch. I'm very happy that I started my career from this person's company. Okay. So why did I tell you about trustworthy is, there was a bomb attack in Bombay. Everybody has heard about the bomb attack, Taj. Okay.
Yes.
So during those days, Ratan Tata was given an interview. What Ratan Tata has done is, on that bomb attack, what all happened, right? All the staff actually stood there. No matter there was firing and all, they stood there and took care of their customers. They were escorted properly. But there were a lot of people who got injured. Ratan Tata, within 20 days or 22 days, within that short period of time, he actually took care of all his staff, compensation, whatever they have to give money. Not only that, Ratan Tata also placed a rule that people who are outside the hotel, okay, maybe who is not even connected to the hotel, but who got injured, even for them compensation was much faster than government could actually provide them any financial help. So he is known for his kindness, and they asked him this question: how come when there is a war, when there is somebody firing, people will run away? How did your staff stand in front and help other people? It is really amazing. What training do you give them? That time Ratan Tata said this: we don't give them training, because training is given after you hire them, after they work for 6 months, 7 months. We actually select the right people with the right value. Okay, so value plays a very big role in Ratan Tata's company. Okay, coming back to his business strategies. Now these are very crucial business strategies to develop our business. We can learn something from this person. There's a lot actually, but I've just summarized into 5 points just for the people. Okay, the first business strategy goes with organized growth. Any business, there are a lot of business strategies, and one is called as organized growth. Now, there are certain segments which actually come automatically. Okay, so basically like restaurants or hotels, which is not very much complicated, very organized. Okay. Second one is inorganized growth. Inorganized growth means, let us say you already have a business, you have started a business. Okay, and you are running it pretty much well. Now another company will come and tell you, okay, can you sell that business to me? I will take that business from here, and I will give you that money. That means buying another person's business and developing it. This is the second strategy. Okay. Third one is, these are just business strategies I'm talking here. Okay. So today we'll just understand what are the different types of business strategies. Third one is exit struggling business. Any business, because they have a lot of business. If they notice any business is not doing that good, they will take a firm decision to exit. There's no any soft corner thinking, okay, business will improve in the future, we'll see. Nothing like that. One of the examples is those cars which was given, right? Nano car. It came up for 1 lakh, and then it went little up, and then they completely stopped it because it's not actually worthy. Or they had their decisions because it was actually to go exit that particular project. So any business which is not on a profit side, to close down is a better strategy. Fourth one is enter potential business. So there are some business which are very potential. This is a very big word. Okay, there are a lot of businesses going on. So they actually focus on potential businesses like retail, telecom, biotech, technology. Whenever there is anything happening in these industries, they always have their hand on it. Okay. The last one which we are discussing now is core businesses. They have a strong hold on core businesses. Tata Group's core business is steel. Okay, steel, motor, chemicals, power. So these are the core businesses. They have a very strong hold in India. Okay, we will talk more about Ratan Tata going further. But basically, what I want to tell you now is we have lot to learn. Okay, but we are just breaking it into small slices where we can understand. So in simple words, what I try to do today is I started with two stories. One is how to make decisions. If you want to be successful, always take opinions from experts of that particular subject. Second one, we thought about sales. 6 sales techniques which is important to grow any business. Then we discussed about 5 business modules. We took the example of Ratan Tata as one of our business leaders. Okay? So we will again take it further. Yeah?